Hey there, crochet creators, and welcome to Forest Feather Fashion. I'm Candice, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make this crochet boho top from start to finish. I will be alternating between two colors to create my top, but you can do this in one or multiple colors. So grab your yarn and crochet hook and let's get started. Step number 1, making the squares. To start, make a slip knot. And chain 7. Slip stitch into the very first chain to make a circle. And now chain 3. This counts as your first double crochet and a chain 1. So we'll yarn over, insert your hook into the circle space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and chain 1. Continue this until you have 12 double crochets separated by 1 chain in the circle space. The chain 3 we started with counts as 1 double crochet and a chain, so this is included in our 12 double crochets. To finish off, make a slip stitch into the second stitch of the first chain. Now you can cut your yarn and pull this through to make a knot. Insert your hook through the back of a double crochet stitch, pull through the new color, and tie a knot. Insert your hook and pull the yarn through to the front and chain 2. This counts as your first double crochet. Insert 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space of the previous round. Then insert 1 double crochet into the top of the next double crochet. And again 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space. Continue this pattern all the way around round 2. To finish off, make a slip stitch into the second stitch of the first chain. Now we can tie this off and insert our next color to create the petals. Insert your hook through the back of the top of a double crochet stitch, pull your yarn through, and make a knot. Grab your yarn and chain 4. This counts as your first treble crochet. To make a treble crochet, we will yarn over twice, insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now we'll have 3 loops on our hook. Make another treble crochet into the next stitch. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all of the loops. Now we will chain 4. Make a treble crochet into the next stitch. And 2 treble crochets into the following stitch. One more treble crochet in the following stitch. This time round you'll have 1 more loop on your hook because it's a chain 4, so you'll pull through all 5 loops and chain 4. Continue this pattern all the way around. You should end up with 12 petals. When you have finished your last petal, chain 4 and make a slip stitch into the very top of the first petal. Now you can cut this off, tie a knot, and insert your next color into the top of a petal. Now we will start making the corners of our square. So insert your hook and chain 5. Slip stitch into the very same space to create a loop. Chain 5. And slip stitch into the next petal. Chain 5. And make a slip stitch in the next petal. Once you have 3 chains of 5, it's time to create your next corner. Continue this around, and when you get to the end, you'll slip stitch into the same space as the first corner loop. And now you can tie this off. We will add our next color into the corner loop and make a knot. Pull the yarn through and chain 5. Slip stitch into the loop to make a loop on a loop. Now we'll chain 5 and slip stitch into the chain space. we'll chain 5 and again slip into the chain spaces until you get to the next corner, where you'll chain 5 and slip stitch into the same corner space. Slip stitch into the first loop and tie off. Insert your next color into the chain space after the corner and tie a knot. This will be the last round. So pull your yarn through and chain 2. This counts as your first double crochet. Insert another 3 double crochets into the same chain space to have a total of 4 double crochets. Then chain 1 and insert another 4 double crochets into the next chain space. Continue this until you get to the corner. After your 4th double crochet, chain 1 and insert 2 double crochets into the corner space. Chain 3 and insert another 2 double crochets into the same corner space. Chain 1 and continue making 4 double crochets into each space separated by 1 chain. To finish off, slip stitch into the second stitch of the first chain. You can cut your yarn and tie this off. You have completed your first square. For this project, we will need 8 squares. Once you have finished creating all 8 squares, you can choose to block your squares. This is the process of wetting them slightly and pinning them in the shape that you would like them to be. If you don't have a blocking square like this, you can easily do that with a towel and some pins. And then to weave in your ends. I suggest doing this as you go instead of doing this after your project is finished. Now it's time to position all the squares. With 4 squares diagonally at the top and 4 diagonally at the bottom, create a zigzag with your 8 squares. To join your squares, you can either use a yarn needle. I've decided to use my crochet hook. Make a slip knot and take this off your hook. I will be using the slip stitch on back method. Place your 2 squares right sides facing each other. Insert your hook into the back loops of both squares. These will be the loops that are closest to the back of the squares and are furthest away from each other. Insert your slip knot and pull this through both loops. Again, insert your hook into the back loops only and make a slip stitch. This method is fairly easy and it gives you a seamless look on the front of the squares. This is what it will look like from the front. Once you've stitched together 2 of the diagonal panels, you can now stitch the joining end like this. To secure your work even more, you can tie knots with the ends on the back of your project. Once you've done this, you can weave them in. So now that we've joined all 8 squares, we can place these 2 on top of one another and join our last corner. Remember to do this wrong side out, and then we can turn our top right side out to add the straps. In the top corner, you can insert your yarn and tie a knot. I will be chaining 38 for my straps, but I suggest trying it out first. So chain about 30, try it on, and add or reduce the number of chains according to your size. Make a note of how many chains you have so you can replicate this on your next strap. Once your strap is long enough, turn your work over, make sure that your strap is facing the same way, and make a slip stitch in the top of the back square. Once you've made your straps, we can now make a border. We will start on the side that will be under the arm. We'll be making a single crochet into every stitch, going all the way around over the strap and back to the same space. So we'll insert our hook, grab the yarn, and chain 1. To make the single crochet, we'll insert our hook into the next stitch, grab up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Continue this until you get to the strap. Now we will do a single crochet into every chain along the strap. To finish off, make a slip stitch into that chain 1 of the first single crochet. Tie this off, and now we will do the exact same on the next strap. Once that's completed, we can do a border along the neckline. Insert your crochet hook through the back of the corner and tie a knot. We will make a single crochet all the way around over the straps. I've decided to add a different color along my neckline just to add something a little different. Adding the tassels. I've cut strips of yarn about 30 centimeters long. This gives me more space if I want to trim them afterwards. You can make your tassels as long or as short as you would like. To add them into our top, I've decided to use 3, 2 beige and 1 blue. Fold them in half, insert your crochet hook from behind, Grab all three, pull them through, and make a knot. You can add tassels in as many places as you would like. I've decided to add them into these chain spaces. Once you've added the tassels and trimmed them to your preferred size, you are done with your crochet boho summer top. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more. You can follow me on Instagram at Forest Feather Fashion. Until next time, happy creating!